What's up there, boys and girls?
Welcome, YouTube and Twitchers.
Welcome. It's the Chris and Mike Show.
Yeah.
The answer's here. Yeah.
And there you have it.
So we were supposed to have a band on today, but apparently they're having a Spinal Tap moment. They're stuck somewhere in Cleveland. They don't realize. You click on the fucking link, people, and that gets you to the show. So Mike,
if you listen to the words to that song in the beginning, I'm not sure it could. I never paid attention before. It couldn't be a more apropos podcast beginning.
Right?
Everybody, listen to me.
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you.
Yep.
How it's supposed to be.
Yeah. That's why that's.
I was actually.
filter.
I don't know. I was on that wavelength as I was listening to it. I'm like, wow, not only is it a cool song, it's actually very apropos for a podcast beginning.
Yeah, that's why we opened with that song, because it was like, that's the whole welcome to my mind thing. Here we go. You may have your opinions and thoughts, but here are mine in your face.
Yes.
In a nice, positive, engaging way, not dark and evil.
Yeah, you can turn it off if you don't like it.
Yeah, exactly.
But we're not hurting anybody.
We're not hurting anybody. Yeah, so I'm a little bummed out. We had this band that was supposed to come on. I had like a day and a half of emails confirming.
Well, what irritates me is after you talked us through and I figured out who it was, you reached out to us initially, right?
Yeah.
And we responded in a timely manner, and we set you up an appointment or schedule or whatever you want to call it. And you have to honor those things, man. Like, you came to us, we didn't come to you.
Yeah, so we're just going to name drop Astonish Entertainment. You suck because you don't follow through. You don't abide by your schedule. We had 4 different emails yesterday with whoever Ashley Curlin is, which is who is the band. And this is the second time that they actually bounced us, because it was supposed to be in December. I'm sorry, in September, and they flaked one time before. So I should have just went with my gut and said, yeah, sorry, you're not coming on the show. Because if it can't do right by the first scheduled meeting, and then you screw up the second one by not showing up, then we're just going to name drop you. And
unless you're like the one guest who their spouse had a heart attack.
Well, that's a whole different thing.
I know.
But once
we're not heartless.
Yeah, fool me once. What is it? Fool me once, shame on me.
Fool me twice.
Whatever, and then.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame
so
on
3
me.
strikes and you're out type thing. So I'm going to pull up these people. It's a label. Which makes it even worse here. This is them. Astonish Entertainment. And they, obviously, I think that's...
It was -3 degrees here last night, my friend.
-3 degrees. -3 degrees.
That's too cold, too early.
Yeah, here it was... maybe 59.
That's pretty chilly for you, but I would have loved 59.
It's cold in the morning. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Astonishing.
Was that not the right one?
No. So magic happens in the studio. Yeah. We're in the studio, and you're not here, so there's no magic happening, people.
Yeah, we're in the studio.
I think it was Adam's music project. Don't quote me.
Yeah, that sounds right.
But they've been sending us stuff, man, for months. Like, we want to come on your show.
Since August.
We want to get some bands showcased. Like, okay, great. Let's go. This is what we do. And it just goes back to the fact that Velocita is by far the most reliable and dedicated entertainment industry that's all about, showcasing their artists on our show, because we are the top 3 rated arts and entertainment podcast in Arizona.
Well, we can talk about that. I'm glad you brought that up. We got our 2025 Spotify Wrapped, where they keep track of all your statistics all year long.
Right.
Just for my personal Spotify, I'll throw this out there for you. Take a guess at how many minutes you would think in a year that Mike Michaels would listen to music.
How many minutes a year? I'm going to say...
Oh, I posted it on Facebook. Jesus,
5,463.
Oh, you didn't see it on Facebook?
I didn't, no.
Oh, no. I was like, son of a bitch. The answer's on Facebook. 103,000 and some odd minutes.
And what did I say?
You said 5,000.
I suck.
So 103,000 minutes of music, and then they break it down into podcast minutes this year. I had another 67,000 minutes of podcast listening.
Wow.
So 103,000 minutes equates to 71 days.
Well, because you listen at work.
Yeah, 10 hours a day. Well,
yeah, so I can see that.
With breaks and lunches, 7.5.
Oh, that's
so
weird.
for the Chris and Mike show, we had some interesting statistics. Speaking of being one of the top 3 podcasts in the Phoenix metro area, which is a true statement.
True statement.
So for Spotify for 2025, I should post this on Facebook if I can figure out how to do it. It says a little hard work pays off. Total audience increased 141% from last year. This is just on Spotify.
Yeah, okay.
Total new audience, a 999% increase from the year over year. A 55% increase in followers from 2024.
Outstanding.
And this year, one episode rose above the rest. And I'm happy it was this one. Episode number 83, Mike LaRose, A Recovery Story, was played 329% more than your average episode. So,
wow.
Kudos
That's
to
gotta
Mike.
because he was smoking pot when he was 5.
That didn't hurt the story at all.
No.
I think it helped that he was an outstanding, real, raw guest.
Yeah. I'm going to text him and tell him that.
Yeah. And when I saw that, ask him back on because we owe him an episode just talking about music. I haven't forgotten that.
I've told him that before.
Okay, so then it says, let's talk video. Spoiler alert, your fans could not look away. So
nice.
Your show was in the top 15% of all video podcasts on Spotify. That's huge.
How many? Say that again?
Your show was in the top 15% of video podcasts on Spotify.
Wow.
So that's pretty...
Yeah. So good job, Astonish Entertainment.
Yeah. Your episodes were watched 2% more in 2025 than 2024.
Yep.
So we're moving in the right direction. Let's see what's next. The thumbs up emoji was used the most.
Really?
United States left the most comments. That's not surprising.
Okay.
Most comments were left on January 8th, 2025.
What happened on January 8th, 2025?
I'd have to go back and look, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Your listening passport got a real workout. 8 new countries were reached overall, which we know because we announced them. 8 countries reached overall in 2025. Your top countries were number 5, Viva la Mexico.
Really?
Yeah. Number 4, Australia. Number 3, United Kingdom.
The dingo ate your baby.
Yeah. Hey, Peter, if you're listening.
Hey, Peter.
Come on back, brother. Number 2 was Canada.
Canada.
And obviously, number 1 was the United States. So shout out to Canada for being number 1 anywhere other than the United States. Your top fans have assembled. You are a top 10 show for 68 fans. You're a top 5 show for 55 fans, and you are a number 1 show for 31 fans. 31 people listen to our show more than any other show on Spotify.
Nice.
That's pretty crazy for 2 guys who aren't famous.
That is pretty crazy.
Your fans stream 2.3 times more than everyone else. So that means that they listen to our podcast on a longer basis each time than any other podcast that they listen to.
Okay. That's cool.
15% of them binge 2 or more episodes in one day. 10% hit play within 24 hours of each new episode drop.
Nice.
It goes without saying, your fans have great taste. Here's what else they're listening to, blah, blah, blah. Okay, what's next?
Why are you doing that? Just so the world can see. This is what we have scheduled. This is scheduled content. This is what I do behind the scenes. Mike works with the episodes, gets them all cleaned up and stuff, and then I schedule all these to drop on our YouTube page. So there's 30 right there. And these are the videos. So
I'm glad
the videos,
you brought that up too. Today,
yeah.
I know that this is our channel, but Chris does an amazing amount. He'll sit there for 7 hours setting all this stuff up to make sure that they drop at the same time consistently. It's paid off on a level on YouTube that I'm proud to say that as of the end of the day today, we'll break 300,000 views.
Right on. That's huge. Yeah. So there's about 75 scheduled videos, and from shorts are, a minute or less. Videos, we have these things we called inside the segment. If we go to, let's go back here, go to my channel. We're going to stop sharing this.
Here, this is cool.
What our playlists are.
It says you received more comments than 94% of any other shows.
Wow. That's fantastic, man.
You received more shares than 89% of other shows.
Holy shit. That's epic.
Yeah, Spotify's really we found a new audience there here lately.
Yeah. So here's the cool thing about the YouTube channel, if you don't know. So we have Inside the Podcast, which are random episode highlights. So these are little mini podcast shows. So the podcast usually goes anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half at most, for the most part. So when we do when we break it all down in Riverside FM, which is our platform, we have what I call Inside the Podcast random highlights because they're chunks. They're like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. So you take a really good portion of the show and it highlights this specific segment, which is pretty neat. Promos, I'm not super good at continuously doing those. Season 3 is the season we're in now, and then we have season 2 and season 1 as well. These are the shorts. So we have the shorts. So as you can see right there, the shorts. There's 700 shorts, and there's 105 inside the podcast. The inside the podcast one just started maybe 3 or 4 months ago. So as you can see with the shorts, it's huge. Season 2 we had 55. Season 1 we had. That's not season 1. Season 3 we had 51 episodes. So we're closing in on season 4, and then season 1 we had 52 episodes. If you want to find out who we are, what we're about, real simple, just go to the YouTube page, hit subscribe, and you're going to see and hear everything we do, because there's content dropping 3 times a day. We also have this little section. If you click live, it's going to take you to what we're doing live. Like right now, this is us. Welcome to our show.
You mean I could be watching us live right now?
You could be watching us live right now. That's us right now watching ourselves live, Mike. I think there's a little bit of a delay.
You just broke my brain.
But that is us right now.
I'm going to start tuning in every week.
Watching our show live. Craziest thing ever. Okay? It's just, that shows you right there we're not actually in the Matrix.
How do we know?
We don't know.
Maybe that's us in a parallel dimension.
That could be us in a parallel dimension for sure. So back to we're working on a website. I know we need a website. We're working on a website. So hang in there. That should be something in 2026. We're working on shirts with my buddy of mine I went to high school with. I'm waiting for him to give me a mock-up. So when you go to our YouTube page, real simple, home takes you to the home platform, video takes you to all the videos. But if you go to podcast, you're gonna see all 3 seasons right there in order. Real simple. Playlist that breaks it down. So you have the playlist from inside the podcast, the episodes, things like that we just talked about. We do have the lives, and then it breaks down into the shorts. These are all the shorts. You go latest, popular, oldest, so you can change that however you want. We get a lot of viewers when we're live, which is kind of cool. So these are the popular ones. Bill Belichick praising Eli. 11,000 views when Belichick said that Eli should hit the Hall of Fame.
Oh, that one that I told you, the 2 I told you I posted?
Huh?
One of them's still rolling, man. It's going to pass 4. It probably already did. It passed 4,000 views.
Right on.
It just makes me wonder why.
Yeah.
I understand the Belichick one. The name, people are going to click on it because they want to hear about Belichick. But
sure,
the ones that are just you and I that go crazy, you wish you could know why.
Right. Well, it's kind of like the
reason.
Yeah, it's kind of like the zombie one, like this one. Like, why does this one blow up? You know, why can't I hear it? Where's the volume on this?
You must have your volume down. I don't know. I don't see it.
No, you don't see the video?
No, I don't see the volume.
Oh, I don't either, man. I'll like that because why not?
How many likes does that have?
That's what I was looking at.
Oh, that's the views. 2.7 thousand.
No, whoops, that's not the one I wanted. I was on shorts.
Did that
popular. 8,700, 8,700.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and that was just if you want to be a zombie. If you're a zombie, you can come on the show. Just,
I couldn't I couldn't pinpoint too many moments in time after doing I think this is episode 160. I remember that day like it was yesterday. It's just
the zombie.
How that stuff happened. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you don't know what we're talking about, back when we were doing a show and we had a guest that bailed, that didn't show up, no call, no show.
Much like right now.
Yeah. Kind of like Astonished Entertainment, So Mike and I were talking. It's like, it's not that big a deal. You want to be on the show, just you got to be a living, breathing human being. And so Mike asked, well, can you be? I think I asked, can it be a zombie? And Mike's like, well, it'd be hard to get a zombie on the show. So the irony of that is that little reel, for whatever reason, exploded.
Just like the fuck ton pretty much went viral. I mean, it didn't get millions of views, but it got tens of thousands.
They're trying to say no one got the link. So let's see.
Well, didn't you send it to a couple different?
I sent it to everybody, man. I sent it to everybody. I invited them to the thing so they can say what they want, but I sent it to everybody.
I know this isn't your first rodeo. You've done this hundreds of times.
No.
The logistics,
and of course they wait for 24 minutes after the show. Okay, it's 9 o'clock. The show starts, and they wait till 9:24 and 9:25 to send those emails.
I got you, man.
Like
my mind works the same way. On time is 10 minutes early.
Right.
So when I logged on, here's how my mind works, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay,
when I logged on at 9:55 today, I was 5 minutes late.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So I'm starting to get anxious. I'm starting to get a little anxiety because I like to be 10 minutes early for everything. I actually like to be 15 minutes early for everything. It just helps me maintain calm, right? Some people are fine punching in every day at 1 minute till. That doesn't bother them a bit.
Right.
That would ruin my whole day. So I'm just reinforcing that you got to be on time, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And the fact that I sent them both the link inside the studio as well is kind of just comical. It's like, okay.
I guess actually I'm reinforcing your point that the right time to send that message would have been 5 minutes to 9 o'clock.
Right. Or at 9 o'clock itself instead of waiting. So now I've sent them the email. I sent it to their email directly, and I invited them both to the link of Riverside. So we'll see if these people actually show up. Again, second time that they were supposed to be on the show. Last time they just no call, no show. So anyway, while we're potentially waiting for them, did you see that Netflix is buying HBO and somebody else for like
they're
82
buying
billion?
Warner Brothers
and HBO for $87 billion.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's insane. My thinks is trying to reconnect, but I'm good, right? I'm at 97%.
Yeah, it might actually be mine.
No, you're at 99. I'm at 97 according to the sidebar. Who knows? Who knows what it's doing? Yeah, $97 billion or $87 billion for that shit, man.
Yeah,
did you see
That's going to change that's going to change the face of Hollywood, because then Netflix is going to be in control of all the movies that are coming out of Hollywood, not Warner Brothers anymore.
Right. Well, that and the fact that so you have Amazon Prime, right? Do you watch Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime?
Oh, of course.
Okay, so does it suck? Does the feed suck?
No, mine's perfect.
Okay, mine constantly spins.
It's your internet.
Okay. Well, I have Starlink, man.
It doesn't matter. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
It's funny, when Chris says that this podcast is real, raw, and relevant, this is a true fucking story. And I couldn't make this up if I wanted to, because I'm not that creative. You are when it comes to making up stories. You're a storyteller.
Right.
I swear to God, dude, I'm cooking dinner last night. And when I had Frontier, if you've listened to the first 54 episodes of this podcast, you obviously know there was a 2-second delay between Chris and I. So that delay also carried forward into, let's say I was watching a show in the living room and then I went in the bedroom to fold clothes or something. The further I got away from that initial link coming into the house, there was that delay inside here too.
Really?
Even though it was ever so slight. So my point is, you would have to go in the living room and mute the volume. Otherwise it would drive you crazy, right? Because you're hearing two different. So last night I'm watching football on my iPad while I'm cooking my dinner, and I had the TV on in the living room, and I'm a curious person by nature. If you haven't figured that out by now, you haven't listened to enough episodes. I'm like, I wonder if that, now that I have fiber optic, if it's in sync, right? It's dead nuts in sync. So now I can have the volume going anywhere in the house, and all the TVs are synced up together because the speed is up to par. What I'm telling you is it's not Amazon Prime. It's your internet.
Okay.
Because their platform is the most stable, in my opinion, other than Netflix. Netflix is always going to be the king until everybody else gets up to speed.
Yeah. You know what else was funny about these people that are supposed to be on here 36 minutes ago? They never responded to the text I sent. Oh.
Which you sent at 9:55.
No, at 8:55. What time did I send the text? I don't think I sent the text at 8:55. I probably sent it 10 minutes after, because I gave them some grace. 9:05. Still has not responded to that. So anyway, fuckers, I posted this thing on our Facebook page, the debut albums. You can only keep 5. Okay, I know you commented on it.
I commented.
So
it was tough.
Dio's Holy Diver.
This
Blizzard
is
of Oz. No. This is the 5. This is the albums. I want people. So Dio's Holy Diver. Hell, I just go to the Facebook page and do it. It'll be easier that way.
It was tough to pick from that list.
But I got it from Neanderthal.
I own every album on that list.
Yeah. So for those you don't know, Neanderthal was a disc jockey in Arizona. I did some advertising with him when he was on KDKB. He was my voice guy for my real estate commercials, and we just kind of became friends. So as you can see right now, I'm sharing the screen. So these are debut albums that kind of changed the face of music, right, for their genres. Sure. You can only keep 5. So you got Holy Diver from Dio, Blizzard of Oz from Ozzy, Poison. What's that? Look what the Cat Drag. Okay. Iron Maiden, Killers.
I'm pretty sure that's the Killers album.
Okay. And then Wasp, Motley Crue, Rat, Bon Jovi's, Metallica, Tesla, Guns N' Roses. I don't know who that one is right here. Who's that one?
Which one are you pointing at?
The Icon.
I think that's the name of the band. I did not own that album. That's the one. I didn't know what that was either, dude. We'll look that one up.
Yeah, Icon. Okay.
Yeah, that's the Killers album from Iron Maiden.
Okay. LA Guns, Skid Row, Cinderella, and Warrant. So I ended up going with
that Cinderella album was great too, man.
Right. I did Metallica, Tesla, Guns N' Roses, Ozzy, and we were close, man. We were close. Dio. I think I said, now did I do Dio?
It was hard throwing that Wasp album out too, man. I love that album.
Right. I did it on the Neanderthals page, so I'd have to go look on his page and see what I picked. But yeah, that's a really good It's a really good. I mean, think about. Oh, Rat. Rat was the one because Rat. I love that album, man. Rat.
Me too.
They have some amazing riffs, man. Robin Crosby could just fuck, dude. Was a good guitar player, man.
Warren D. Martini too.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were one of the best live bands I ever saw too.
Yeah. Oh, I don't doubt that. People give Stephen Pearcy slack too because he didn't talk to the crowd. But
Whatever,
not all
man,
singers
they
talk to
kicked
the
ass.
crowd. Right. Not all singers talk to the crowd. Just because you're a singer doesn't mean you're a complete extrovert. It's just something you do. Not all singers are like me and like, hey, everybody, how you doing? Like, if you look at, I saw Guns N' Roses, I think 3 times now. The second time I saw them was with the Chinese Democracy. Axl said nothing to the crowd the whole show. He'd come out and sing. He'd be singing for whatever song they were doing. And then when his part was done, he'd leave the stage. It was the weirdest thing. And then whatever music was going on, once that was almost time for him to come back and sing again, he came back out on the stage and sang. Wasn't changing clothes, wasn't doing anything. It was the weirdest thing, man.
But you know what? I just watched that 1988 Live at the Ritz on YouTube the other day.
Yeah.
And he was shaking hands with the crowd and giving everybody high fives. And my first thought was, you have no idea how much you're going to change.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't. And here's a fun little feedback from a band that was supposed to be on here 40 minutes ago. We need to reschedule this as Adam is now driving to an appointment, so he's not on the computer. Well, Adam, you knew the show was from 9 to 10, yes?
Yeah, this was your appointment.
This is the second time. So the response is going to be this, boys and girls.
See how that works? Yeah, we're scheduling into January. It's not like we're desperate for guests.
Fucking idiots. It just,
That ship has sailed.
It's
Thankfully.
totally sailed. And the fact that they did it twice.
No, I just mean the
Twice.
fact that, there was a time where we maybe would have given them a third chance because we had guests, or we didn't have as many guests, but
Yeah.
that ship has sailed, thankfully.
Yeah, no, see ya. I'm not, it's ridiculous, man. You don't make an appointment and then don't show up. I don't care who you are.
No, this show wouldn't exist if we treated it like that,
Exactly.
You have to honor your commitments. That's just,
You do.
that's part of being an artist for sure. I mean, it's
Right.
the biggest part of being an artist is honoring your commitments and treating it like a business. A lot of people find it fascinating that we practiced every day of the week.
Right.
You guys didn't take any days off? Like once in a while, sure, but
Yeah.
it wasn't like we scheduled 2 days off a week because you have to be better than the next guy. You got to be putting in the work. And part of
You don't know
putting
who's
in the
going to
work,
show up.
that's it. Part of putting in the work is showing up.
Yeah. So why we're showing up, because now we have some fun space, is the video
I
of
watched these.
my neighbor. I've talked about it. I found it by accident the other day. I still had it. So this is the video. So that's Linda. She's walking into my garage. This person right here is Kristen Young. She's a neighbor.
Are they
East, and
from
this
right
is
across
Trish.
the street? Is that what I'm looking at?
Trish and Linda live right there. Kristen, who is filming the whole entire thing, that's Linda. That's Trish. This is Kristen.
okay.
She lives to the east.
In a red
Who's
is
film-
Trish.
Yeah, who's filming the entire thing, of which all of these were given to the police. Okay, all of them. I filed trespassing charges because not only did they come into my garage, they took where the cat was stuck in. We had feral cats galore, and never really set it up because we tried all the humane things possible. I don't hate cats and shit, so don't get all hating on me. But the feral cats were coming and doing their business in our yard, and it was irritating. That's the cat scurrying away. So we had this feral cat trap that was open, not set, no bait, nothing. It was just open. So somehow that stupid cat got caught in it. They heard the cat screaming, according to them. So they came in and let the cat out. They filmed the whole thing, and according to them, that justifies them trespassing and damaging property. Whereas I was maybe 10 minutes away, and I noticed the garage was disarray, and I went in. I'm like, what's this about? Then I went and checked the cameras, and lo and behold, there were the cameras. There was one video where Trish was actually standing at this corner right here and watching both directions for me to show up. So that's the asshole neighbors that I get to deal with.
Did the police look at the video?
I gave them the video. They came and talked to me, and they're like, "Do you want to press charges?" I'm like, "Absolutely." They trespassed. I have 3 signs because we were under construction, and to cover my ass, one sign said "Beware of dog." We have a dog.
Sure.
Next sign said "No trespassing. Property is under surveillance 24 hours a day," because we had contractors and stuff in and out all the time. So I had everybody aware that the premises was being recorded. And number 3, it was another just general no trespassing sign. So much so while we were building the addition, this is a true story, I'm sitting here working and something dawns on me to say I should look at the camera. So I opened up the camera feed. They're doing the spray foam insulation in the attic. Okay. This kid comes out of the service garage, right? That we had this garage service door going to the backyard, jumps down jumps down into the SRP pit. Okay, SRP is our power source. My electrician had to trench, a 12-foot line, a 12-foot long trench with 5-foot circumference in the middle where SRP was met underground to the main panel of my house. So we had to dig that for SRP to come out, shut the power off, and disconnect the original power and reconnect because we added another breaker. This kid from the spray foam company walks out the door, jumps into the pit, whips out his dingling, and pisses on the wires. I catch this on video. Okay? So I get up, right? I get up. I go out the backyard. I go into the garage. The kid is laying on his back on his phone now on probably 15 sheets of drywall. I was like, hey, man. Startled.
Hey, man.
Yeah. I'm like, did you notice the signs out front when you pulled up this morning? He's like, what do you mean? I was like, well, I just watched you on camera hop into the splice pit for SRP and piss on it. His face kind of goes white. He's like, no, I didn't. I says, dude, I have cameras. Would you like to see the video? I said, by the way, that house, which was a chain link fence still, has 2 kids that are like, I don't know, 8 and 5. So if they saw you do that, guess what? Now you have to register as a sex offender if I call the police because you whipped out your dangling to piss in my SRP pit, which, by the way, is electricity. You're lucky you didn't kill yourself. I'm going to go ahead and reach out to your manager. So I sent the owner the video. I was like, hey, dude, is it your policy that your employees will just go and piss in somebody's backyard? Dude freaked out. This is the other part of the true story. What was supposed to cost you about $8,000 for spray installation, you had to pay like $1,500 from the start. They never sent me a bill. Never. I called them up.
You never got a bill at all?
No. I called and the dude that was in the attic spraying, he comes down when he's done. He's like, hey man, I heard what happened. You know, I sprayed some more for you. I did a little extra, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, that's cool. So about a week goes by, don't get a bill. So I email him. I'm like, hey, I'm waiting for my final bill. You guys are done? Nothing. Another couple of weeks go by. Hey, I'm waiting for my final bill. Like, nothing. They have never reached out to me since. They've never communicated with me since.
How long ago was
let's face it. When we were building the addition, so 2 years ago.
Jesus.
So I mean, you know.
Well, you had.
How do you?
Rights,
I mean, if I could see, and I could have been one of those assholes and posted this thing on social media like crazy.
Oh, for sure.
This company.
That's probably why you never got a bill,
right?
Because
right.
they know that you're a long-standing business owner in the community.
Maybe.
Not only are you business, well, they look at that shit.
I'm sure.
Being a real estate agent, man, you could ruin that company, and they know that.
Yeah.
So good on them, though. I mean,
yeah. Here's some.
Maybe if we don't say anything, he won't say anything.
Right. So here's some comments for the top 5 debut albums. Got to keep. William Chandler says, I don't think it's even close, but Kill 'Em All, Blizzard of Oz, Appetite for Destruction. Choosing 4 to 5 might be a little harder, but I'm leaning towards Rat, Dio, and Maiden. Nice job. Mike Michaels, I know that guy.
Right.
He says Metallica, Tesla, GNR, Ozzy, and Maiden.
Yeah, you don't know shit about music. That's what somebody told me on YouTube, by the way, before you go on to Patrick Frank.
Really?
Oh, yeah, go back and see if you can find the comment. I got a kick out of this one. So real quick, we were talking about, I wish I could remember. We might have been talking to William. Anyway, we were talking about Eddie Van Halen and a video that I saw of him in the studio writing the riff to Amsterdam, which later ended up on the Balance album. And I mentioned that I used the word sucking. Yeah. Maybe I should have said struggling.
Right.
But somebody wrote me a whole paragraph that said,
yeah.
Listen, dude, in the 1980s, man, Eddie Van Halen never sucked. There's a difference between what we musicians call wood shopping and what you're calling sucking. Under no certain terms did Eddie Van Halen ever suck in the 1980s. Now, first of all, calm your tits.
Right.
I've been playing guitar since I was 9 years old. I'm 52.
Right. And nobody's like Mike's not comparing himself to Eddie Van Halen by any way, shape, or form.
No, but I've known Eddie long. I've known him long enough and read enough about him and seen him in interviews enough to know that if he were sitting here right now, he would say, yeah, I was sucking.
Because, humility is humility. It doesn't matter who you are.
No, it's the end product that means something. And the end product was a legendary guitar player. But at that moment in time, he was clearly struggling to get the next part of that song done. And he could barely play the part that he had. He was it was his exuberance for the idea that was causing him to struggle. He could hear what he wanted to do. Yeah. His hands wouldn't do it yet.
Right. Right. That's with everything. That's a musician. That's what we all struggle with. I can hear a melody in my head. I can write a verse and think, holy shit, this is going to be the greatest song ever. And then I stop at the end of the first verse because the muse stops. I don't go back and force to finish that, because if you force to finish it, it's not going to be as captivating as the first verse I wrote. So unless it just freely flows out of my soul, I don't continue writing. I don't force write anything. You don't force write anything on a guitar. If you hear it, you're gonna fuck around to the point to where you got to find it. You know, you're sucking, struggling, whatever. But
Sure.
you'll eventually find it if it's meant to be found. Because I think people that force it, it doesn't come across. It doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit anymore. If you're forcing something, it doesn't. I don't. In my opinion, anyway.
No, that's well said.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think there's plenty of times where you hear something in your head that you have to teach your voice to do, right?
Right.
Like
right.
your creativity of your mind outweighs the physical ability of your voice or your hands sometimes, you know?
True.
Your physical motor skills have to get up to speed to the speed of your brain. Your brain's working infinitely faster than a computer, right?
Right. It's like walking backwards.
So when I said
doing
that,
this and chewing bubble gum,
yeah,
at the same time.
when I said that, I was clearly not saying that Eddie Van Halen ever sucked as a guitar player. I said at that moment in time, if you were sitting next to him, he'd be like, damn, I'm having a rough day, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm trying to get this idea out. That's what I meant to say, was that his exuberance for what he heard in his head far outweighed his ability to physically do so.
Right.
I apologize. And I got called out, and I was wrong about this. So to the person that commented that the last time the Bears were in the Super Bowl was 2006, not 2016, you are 1,000,000% correct, my friend. So thank you for calling me out on that.
So back to the top 5 albums of all time, debut albums you got to keep.
Patrick Franklin.
Ozzy, Rat, Metallica, Motley Crue, and Skid Row.
See,
that was the hard thing about Skid Row, because, I mean, you talk about a debut album, right? And I'm surprised like 10's not on there, because really 10 should be on there.
It looked like he kept it to early 80s to mid to late 80s.
Oh, that's true. Probably true. Okay. So Bob Bishop starts with because of things that make you go Bon Jovi, Cinderella, Tesla, Poison, and Guns N' Roses. Eustace Joseph, Dio, Ozzy, Maiden, Metallica, Skid Row.
Former podcast guest, Joseph
Nice.
Eustace.
What up, Joseph? Jill Kissel, Bon Jovi, Skid Row, Poison, Tesla, and Ozzy. Maggie May, Ozzy, Dio, Maiden, Rat, and GNR. Joseph Glaude, Dio, Ozzy, Maiden, Rat, Metallica.
What up, Joe?
Hey, Joe. And Dennis Patrick, Ozzy, Bon Jovi, Skid Row, Rat, and GNR. That's what we got so far.
It's hard to argue with any of those because music is subjective. Everybody likes
is.
something different. All those albums are great debut albums.
Right.
Unless you just hate Guns N' Roses, it's almost impossible to leave that album off that list, because if it's not the best-selling debut album of all time, it has to be pretty close.
Well, Mike, let's just go to Google machine.
I know it used to be Boston, but I think it got overtaken by something, and I can't remember. I want to say it was Appetite for Destruction.
Of course, it comes up with the top 100, because you just can't do number one when I asked number one.
Did you say debut?
No, I said, but that's the debut. I said the 100. Well, Rolling Stone says the 100 best debut albums of all time. That's not what I asked for. I said best-selling
Best-selling debut album of all time.
Albums away. Top 5 selling debut albums of all time. Okay. Top 5. Mariah Carey's There Is No... I'm sorry. This is a stupid Instagram thing. That's not what I want, man. Come on, just fucking give me the list, man.
Yeah, that's all we're
I
asking
don't
for.
understand why you just... Okay, Appetite.
See, I told you.
I think, let's see. It said top 10 best-selling debut album. It starts with why doesn't it say? It's got a picture of Guns N' Roses, but it doesn't say how many were sold. So Jewel, Pieces of You sold 12 million. Pearl Jam sold 13 million.
Actually, it's Meatloaf's Bad Out of Hell.
Okay, Backstreet Boys sold 14 million. Matchbox 20, 15 million. Boston, 20 million. Hootie and the Blowfish, 21 million. Whitney Houston.
Bad Out of Hell has sold an estimated
22 million.
50 million records.
Hold on, I'm not done yet. Britney Spears, 25 million. Linkin Park, 30 million, which is surprising. Guns N' Roses, 30 million. And that's it. So now you're saying Meatloaf?
Yeah, Bad Out of Hell sold almost double.
Was that debut
closest.
though? Was that his debut?
Yeah, Bad Out of Hell.
Because it's not on the list, man. That's weird.
I'm a good Googler, dude. I just typed in best-selling debut album of all time, and that's what popped up.
Bad Out of Hell sold 43 million copies worldwide. Oh, that's Bad Out of Hell 2. I'm sorry. Whoop, change that. That was Bad Out of Hell 2. Bad Out of Hell, best-selling album record sales of all times. Okay, so over 43 million copies sold worldwide, making it the third best-selling album of all time. 14 million copies in the U.S., 14 times platinum. For those of you who don't know, a million is 1 million sells as a platinum record.
In the United States.
Holy shit. In Australia, it went 26 times platinum. In the UK, it was certified 12 times platinum.
Because
in the Netherlands,
because the
1 time platinum.
numbers change. It's not a million in each country.
Australia is 1.8 million. UK is 3.6 million.
Copies sold.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Australia is, for 28 times platinum in Australia, it's 1.82 million copies sold.
Right. So that means
I
that
got
to
you.
go
Okay,
platinum
I
in
understand.
Australia, you probably
lot
only need
less.
100,000 albums sold.
I got you. Sorry.
The numbers change.
I
It's not a million in every country. I didn't know that for the longest time.
Okay, yeah.
But that's a very important statistic you need to know.
Yeah. Oh, here's the good one. Best-selling album trilogy at Meatloaf. 55 million units sold for Bad Out of Hell and Bad Out of Hell 2 and Back in the Hell. So Bad Out of Hell, Back in the Hell, and Bad Out of Hell 2.
Trilogy would be 3 albums.
Yep. I just think as you dumb I am. Did you see?
I graduated.
Shifting gears to sports. Did you see the Queen of Flop broke his streak of 10 points scored every game last night? Yeah, he only scored 8 points last night.
How many games was it for a streak?
It was significant. It was an impressive.
It's got to be a lot.
But he's just playing for numbers now. He's not playing for anything else. They won by 3. Oh, LeBron James' streak of 1,297 games with at least 10 points comes to an end because he only scored 8.
That's a lot of games in a row.
Agreed, but that doesn't count. But it doesn't. See, what I don't believe, and I've said this before. If you miss a game or games because of injury, then your consecutive streak ends. Point example, right? Eli played consecutive games in his entire career. He missed one because McAdoo benched him for Geno Smith.
That's why there's different statistics. There's
right, but so
hold on,
right, but
hold on,
okay,
hold on.
Sorry.
There's a statistic kept for most consecutive games played, and then there's streaks for most games played with. It's how you define the statistic. So for LeBron, his streak was if he was in the game, he scored more than 10 points.
Okay.
The word consecutive. There's statistics kept for most consecutive games played, and in that, Eli was a Iron Man.
Right, he was.
And I agree with you that is a more impressive statistic to me that a guy suits up and goes out there for 500 games in a row or however many he played than to say in 500 games he threw 2 touchdown passes in all 500 of those games, but he didn't play in 300 of them, right?
That's my point.
I agree with you. I just want those listeners to be clear that they do keep 2 sets of statistics. One is consecutive game. They keep statistics on everything, right?
Yeah.
You know that now from just going through your betting app. It's like you can bet on everything. Is the guy going to pick the left side of his nostril or the right side of his nostril?
Speaking of betting, let's see what I did yesterday. What if I did anything fun?
Well, I know I lost because my dumb ass thought the Cowboys were rolling. And
Come on.
Detroit told me Amon-Ra St. Brown wasn't playing, and he did. That would have changed my mind.
I only bet one thing. I had this fun little parlay going for basketball for tonight. These all have to win. Knicks, Cavaliers, Pistons, Raptors, Grizzlies, and Rockets all have to win.
Are they all money line bets? Just straight up win?
Yeah. $2 gets me $33 if that one pans out. So
I hope it
and
does.
the one I did last night, which is irritating. Okay, I did an in-game parlay, and I don't understand this. Like, as he ran, so Jeremy Gibbs, the running back for the Lions, has like 81 yards rushing. Dude had like, I don't know, almost 100 yards receiving and like 20 yards rushing. I'm like, you're fucking killing me, Smalls. And then David Montgomery only caught 1 pass. And Dak threw for 250 plus yards. I forgot what that would have paid. Would have paid me some insane amount of money.
Did you see that hit that CD took to his head?
No, but I saw the aftermath of it today, and somebody was talking about it. Was the same thing with Tua Tagovailoa a couple years ago.
The whole weight of his head hit the ground first.
Yeah, and he was just doing
bounced off the turf, and then the rest of his body hit.
Yeah.
It was violent, dude.
Yeah, that's just crazy. But that's why they get paid what they paid.
It is, but it just shows you, I don't know, is it really worth it?
Well, but see, and that goes back to the Giants the last Giants game that we talked about last time, they drilled Jackson Dart in the Bears game. Hi, Mikey. They drilled Jackson Dart to the fact that his helmet came off. They didn't throw a flag.
What
for
up,
that.
Mike?
Everything's well, Mike. We had a band scheduled today from some stupid ass entertainment company that it was their second opportunity, and they choked. And at 9:24, they decided to respond to my emails that I sent them at 9 or 10 to 9. So that's why
They will not be having a day named after them, Mikey.
They will
That's
not.
all
They will
I can
not
tell
be
you.
having a day.
There will be no Michael Castillo Day.
No, there will not be a Michael Castillo. And I have your Christopher Walken impression is going to drop on TikTok in the next week. Just be aware of that. Mikey did a really good impression of Christopher Walken.
It was awesome.
And so that's going to drop on TikTok for the Michael Castillo Day, October 28th, right?
Yep.
There you
October
go.
28th is Michael
It's
Castillo
a day that will live in infamy.
As long as the Chris and Mike show is around, October 28th is the Michael Castillo Day. We love you, buddy.
Michael Castillo Day. And you got to say it like that, Michael Castillo. Michael Castillo. Because, he's a political refugee from Cuba. Not really. Not really.
We're still having fun. And now you're here.
No,
Do you follow Peter Klett on
I do,
Facebook?
and I keep messaging
Did you
Peter
see that
Klett.
Beavis and Butthead?
Yes, I did.
I forgot. That brought me back to couch in my apartment at Metro Village like it was yesterday. I had totally forgotten that they did the changes, and as soon as I saw it, it's just funny how music snaps you right back to where you were at a moment in time,
It's yeah. So Michael Anthony, I don't know if you saw that, but he liked my comment about coming on the show. Like, well, come on the show.
I did not
then,
like
Michael.
that part.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Just come on the
We
show.
love
like
you,
you
brother.
and Sammy. Sammy's family liked my comment. Sammy, his daughter, his son, like, you liked my comment. So,
Well, if any of them want to come on the show, they're more than welcome to.
Right. And they'll show up, unlike wannabes that make scheduled appointments and don't, fuckers. That just chaps my hide. Chaps my hide, man. I gave you 2 opportunities and you just, terrible. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous, people, ridiculous. It's not that hard, man. It's not that hard. Okay, so it's kind of funny. So I point out that it's Nikki's birthday's tomorrow, right?
Happy birthday,
so people are chiming in today, happy birthday. No, it's tomorrow, man. It's tomorrow.
I hate when people, it's like, those are the same people that try to go in through the outdoor.
Yeah, it's tomorrow, man.
Or it clearly says pull and they push.
Right. It says, in less than 24 hours, this amazing woman, my queen, my best friend, my lover, my wife, will have completed another trip around the sun. We met on her 20th birthday 31 years ago tomorrow, first date a few months later. The rest is history. It's tomorrow, man. Tomorrow. Not today. Tomorrow.
It's not like you're not going to be on Facebook tomorrow, people.
Right. Well, unless a bus falls from the sky, which you never know. I've heard
God
about
forbid.
buses. Right. And that'd be a pretty cool story if a bus fell from the sky and crushed me like a bulb. That would be pretty cool. The last survivor from USS Arizona has passed away. And they took the remains, went deep sea diving, and put him down with his fellow shipmates that passed on that dark day in history.
Does it say how old they were?
Let's see.
If it's not painfully obvious, I'm
75.
not there.
75 years ago.
I was going to say, he can't be 75. He'd have to be 100 and something.
Well, 75 years. He was probably, he could be 18, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So maybe 90, in his 90s. He refused
Close
to
to
leave the
100.
burning, until he could find his twin brother. So here's the story. U.S. Navy divers performed the sacred duty of escorting the final remains of boatswain's mate's second class John D. Anderson, returning this true American hero to the hallowed wreck of the USS Arizona. 75 years ago today, John refused to leave the burning ship until he could find his twin brother, Delbert. He's one of the last men who survived, carrying his profound sorrow of separation. For a lifetime of service and resilience, he couldn't find his brother. That agonizing wait ends. John's ashes now rest with Turret 4. Finally reunited with the brother he never stopped searching for. The promise kept. He sleeps within the 1,777 crewmates who still stand silent watch. That's just
sad, dude.
That's way sad.
Can't even imagine the PTSD that poor guy went through the rest of his life.
Right? Wow.
Just nightmare after nightmare.
Yeah, that's just not very many things, hit me. That hit me a little bit there.
I'm with you. Not many things. I know what you're saying. Not many things hit me on a level where that just did. Because you can imagine, you think I'm going to save him. And then you have to make a decision. At some point, I have to save myself, right?
Yeah,
that's where we're at. It's like, I can't imagine that moment in time knowing he's going to die and I'm going to live. And now I have to live with that for the rest of my life.
Right. So I have to share this because this is funny. This is going to change the mood.
I like funny way better.
As I was scrolling, I came across this meme. The top picture, the boy is sleeping with several Barbie dolls, and now he's sleeping with some real life Barbie dolls. Never give up.
Fight
for your dreams. That comes courtesy of Brian John Ruth. Thank you, Brian. Love it.
A boy in his dreams.
A boy in his dreams. Never give up. That's funny.
Not gonna lie, I've had similar dreams at one time. I think all boys had that dream at one time.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. Here's this one goes out. This one goes out to you, Mike. Right here. Hold on. You'll love this. What is it? -3 degrees. There you go.
It was -3 degrees.
There you go. That's for Mike.
Yeah, it's kind of, here's the equivalent that you would be able to totally relate to. So if we flip the thermometer, I was going to say the thermostat, trying to sound smart.
Yeah.
If we flip the thermostat around, if we flip the thermometer around, and we're in Arizona, people say, well, what's the difference between 100 and 110?
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
There's not much of a difference after it gets to 110, maybe a slight difference after 115. But the difference between 20 and 0 is significant.
It is. Absolutely. So circling back to the USS Arizona guy, there it is. He was 20 years old when he was on the ship. So I was close. I said 18, right?
Yeah, he would have been.
There it is, 102. 102.
Yeah.
No, 102. He was 20 when he was on the ship. I'm assuming 28, something with him in the middle picture, 28 years old and the age 102. But that's who he was. That's the one that lost his twin brother.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. Oh.
He lived 102 years.
Boy, you're going to like this. One of our favorite guests of all time. Hold on. Guess who's continuing climbing the independent charts? Dwayne Parker. Oh, Dwayne Parker. Lemoyne's climbing. Dwayne Parker, there he is.
I love Dwayne.
Right? Crazy is just part of life for Parker. What it says, crazy is just part of life for Parker. Earlier this summer, Parker's song 3 More Sets debuted in May at the Cashbox Music Independent Country Charts at number 83. In June, it was at 67, then 42, 37, 30, and most recently, number 20. Way to go, Dwayne.
But at least from me, my Truck's on Crack is your hit.
Exactly. So if you don't know Dwayne Parker, go to the YouTube and type in My Truck's on Crack, which would be kind of cool if our show popped up because, why not?
Yeah, do yourself a favor.
My Truck's on Crack. Where's
Boy,
the chats?
You must be a genius. Your girlfriend's an angel, but your truck's on crack.
On crack. Yep.
Oh, my girlfriend took my truck and had my tools in it. That was a great story.
Yeah. It's just...
I was like, I think she's cheating on you. No, she's an angel.
Right?
Yes, do yourself a favor and go watch that clip. That guy's not only is he a great songwriter, he's a great storyteller too. And
he's got a good voice. He's got a really good voice for what he is.
I keep describing it to people as the original outlaw country voice. It's that Waylon, Willie.
Yep.
Those guys knew how to deliver that outlaw country message,
Yeah, they did.
Hank Jr., all those guys.
Yep, they truly
we got to get Dwayne back on. He's been traveling around quite a bit.
Yeah, he has. He's been playing shows and shit, so yeah, definitely. He's a fun guy,
Oh, I have another proud moment to report.
Okay.
For my original Spotify, for my personal one.
Yep.
Your top song for 2025 was Dave Nudo's The Lord or the Devil. Just to prove, Dave, that I'm not just blowing smoke up your ass. There it is right there on the screen.
Number 1.
That's the most song. And I didn't meet Dave until 3/4 of the way through 2025. So that's how many times I've listened to it.
Right.
That's the whole year.
Yeah.
So maybe I do get credit for every time I listen to it. I thought you only got it once a day, but I listen to it a lot, Dave.
Yeah.
That's a great tune.
That's a good song. It's a good song, man.
And I think Dwayne is currently re-recording a bunch of his stuff too. So he should be releasing some new songs here pretty soon too, if I've read all that right.
Sorry, multitasking. All righty, boys and girls. Yeah. Dwayne's a good dude. I would love to have Dwayne back on.
I'm sure he would come back on.
How could you not want to come back on our show, man? Like with the Chris and Mike show, Unless you're Ashley Kurland and work for whatever that stupid company's name is, because I don't remember. That's how insignificant they are. You come on the show. We have 6 chats, and I can't get to chats to see who's talking to us. Why can't I see the chats, Mike?
You go to the top.
Chat. There's a circle that says
public
chat. Hi guys, hope all is well. That's a bummer, guys. LOL. Oh my God, so excited. Love it. Got to run, but wanted to say hi, you guys. Thanks. Have a great day. You're welcome, Mikey.
See, then if you hover over it, that's how I show you the message like this.
I got
There you go, boys and girls.
Oh, right on.
Chris thought Chris thought that was all magic. I was doing that the whole time.
I thought it.
I just wanted you to see it because you were talking, you know.
I appreciate that, man. Always looking out. Always looking out.
And had we not developed that relationship with Mikey over the chat, we would have never had Michael Castillo Day.
Right. That's Mike is a good guy, dude. Oh, so here
that episode was fun, man.
Okay. So here's not getting political.
I don't care.
If Jake was here, I could have him do the voice. President Trump. With the birth of Jesus, human history turned from night to day. His word and his example call to us to love one another, serve one another. Okay. Did you actually listen to what you said there, Trump?
Well, he's just reading from whatever's on that piece of paper because he was never a Christian until he ran for president. So
right. Oh, so
not my words. That's a fact.
No, I know. Yeah.
He also was never a Republican. He was a Democrat.
Right.
People are strange, man.
People are strange. When you're a stranger, people get ugly when you're alone. So John Elway documentary is coming on Netflix December 22nd. That should be interesting. Should be interesting. John Elway. John Elway.
Speaking of good documentaries, on the Nat Geo channel right now, they just released a 2-hour a day or a year on Mars. So we just sent the most high-powered camera to Mars, and it's completed its first revolution around the planet, orbit. That's the word I was looking for.
Cool.
So while it was doing that, they documented they made this documentary.
Right.
That's cool. Obviously these are images that human beings have never seen before. The imagery is incredible, man. I've watched it twice now.
Right on. I want to be fair and share a Kamala Harris quote.
Just to be fair.
Because, just to be fair. And I quote, it's cold outside when you go outside and it's cold. Kamala Harris.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to show you this.
You could attribute that quote to anybody you wanted because people have said that for 1,000 years.
Right, but Kamala Harris said it. I saw it. It was on the internet and it was there.
So now, so it is.
So check this out. Who does the guy say because you need verified reviews look like?
You?
Right? I showed that to Dickie. I was like, look at that. They stole my image. They stole who I am. Fuckers. And just so you know, I wasn't lying about seeing it on the internet. Here is the Kamala Harris quote. Okay. She said it. It's there. Everything on the internet is true. We've talked about this before. So if you are going to get mad and light me up, understand it's there. I saw it on the internet. So therefore it's real. Did you know who got married?
Not me.
Keanu Reeves got married to that chick.
Bet there was a 100-page prenuptial agreement.
I don't think so. He doesn't strike me as somebody who would do that. No, I know, but he just doesn't.
I'm just saying because he waited so long to get married.
Right, but I don't even because he is who he is and what we know of him. He married for love. That was it. He didn't marry for anything else. And he dated her for a long ass time. That. So here's
Trust
that.
Me, if I ever tell you I'm doing that, there's a good reason for it.
Yeah. So here's the Warner Brothers thing. Or the Netflix thing. Netflix to buy Warner Brothers and HBO Max for $82.7 billion. Our mission has always been to entertain the world, said Netflix CEO, by combining Warner Brothers' incredible library of shows and movies, from timeless classics like Casablanca and Citizen Kane to modern favorites Harry Potter and Friends, and our culture-defining titles like Stranger Things, K-pop, Demon Hunters, and Squid Game. We'll be able to do that even better. Together, we can
honestly,
give
I think
audiences
that's a good thing.
More. Yeah, it's going to be crazy, dude.
Because I love the way that Netflix has built their business. I still like the way that they run their business. I know a lot of people complain because they've kind of slowed down on what they've been creating content-wise, but now you know why. They were acquiring capital because they had a long-term strategy to acquire Warner Brothers, and I think now you're going to see even better things like better than Black Mirror, better than Stranger Things, and those were great shows, man. Ozark, Alcohol. Right. Yeah, I just saw that, dude. I meant to send you that one.
Yeah.
And you know why that is? They don't tell you. It's not because they're quitting drinking. It's because they made cannabis legal in however many states.
Yep.
That's why the federal government's now taking a look and saying, do we need to curb this? Because Budweiser and all the lobbyists are in Washington going, nobody's buying as much beer, man.
Yep, absolutely.
Here's a good one for you. This one kind of puts things into perspective as to how time works.
Okay.
And we've discussed this before, but this is in relation to the national debt.
Okay.
So this was November 30th. A million seconds ago was November 15th. So a million seconds is 15 days, to put this into perspective.
Okay.
A billion seconds ago from November 30th was 1993, the year I moved to Arizona. A trillion seconds ago was 30,000 BC. The U.S. national debt is now rising by 1 trillion every 180 days. So 30,000 seconds ago was 30,000 years before Christ, and our national debt rises 1 trillion every 6 months.
Interesting. Ah, wow.
That's
Crazy.
unsustainable.
Yeah, that is insane. Yeah, that's
why I saved that. I was like, it's just, I had to read it 4 times. I understood it the first time, but the next 3 times, it's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
6 months versus 30,000 years.
That's insane. That's insane. So we had Brian on the show, and I want to do this real quick because this is another little thing about.
I never looked. Were you able to fix that?
Nah, I don't think so. This is a kid named Campbell Faulkner. He has a medical issue. Here he is in the wheelchair. That he'll at the rest of his life. I forget what it's called. This kid, when he was 9, coming home from an event, Make a Wish thing, he got to go. His Make a Wish was to go to Wrigley Field, which you'll love because you're a Cubs fan. And Make a Wish made that happen. On the flight home, he decided that he wanted to give back. He was 9. He wanted to give to others as people have given to him. In his short time on this earth, because he's 19, he has touched 50,000 souls and counting. He feeds the homeless. He takes kids from 9 months to 18 years old, basic needs shopping twice a year. He has this thing called Feed the Need, which is food and hygiene kits. Water for weeks. He raised money to put a mobile water station at a community outreach center in the East Valley. It's completely run nonprofit, 503c. His parents and his brothers and his sister help maintain the program. Campbell's Crew Cares. So if you're looking for a 503c, just go to Campbell's Cruise Cares. It's so hard to frickin' say. It's a tongue twister, man. Kind of like with Brian's thing, a dayofgiving.org. You want to help with Brian's program, a dayofgiving.org. It started with an idea of giving kids presents and things like that. Now it's grown to the fact that we're going to have Brian on the show, and he'll talk about it even more so. But with Campbell's Crew, we actually had him come to Rotary Wednesday and talk. And shit you not, he made grown men cry because of what he does.
It's outstanding.
Right. This is his story, established in 2017. He wanted to start giving back. This is the website. Those of you aren't in the Valley, obviously you can't volunteer, but you can donate. It's really simple to donate. Click the donate button, and there you go. That's all you got to do. You donate, and you can click what it's for. You can feed the need. You can clothing for kids, water for weeks.
That's awesome.
Let's see what else is in there. Yeah. So the cool thing is this Saturday, which is Nikki's birthday, we're spending the first part of the morning actually going to Walmart. There's 150 kids being bussed in. We get $125 per kid, and we basically take them through Walmart, this specific Walmart, and we help them stay within budget, but they have complete control of what they want. Now, the schools which these kids come from this time are Coolidge. The principal at Coolidge said that from the first event we did, which was back to basics, kind of like after the school year started, the kids come in the next day after this event with a higher sense of self-worth, more pride, because they're in brand new clothes. They're in clothes that fit. They don't smell. They're normal kids with brand new shoes and jeans and socks and underwear and shirts and hoodies, things like that. So it elevates how they feel about themselves, which then makes them more engaged in school, more engaged in what's going on. It makes them a more of an engaging student to teach. So presents are one thing, yes. And the reason why Campbell's Crew doesn't do presents because everybody else does presents. There's so many different avenues for presents.
When we were kids, man, and we had to go past all those kids in that line.
Yeah.
What was a lasting impression on me was a little girl that was the same age as my sister.
Yeah.
My sister was carrying her jacket that she was going to donate. And that little girl was tugging on her mom's jacket. And she's like, I don't want anything else for Christmas. I just want that pink coat. And she didn't want the pink coat because it was pink. She told her mom, I want it because it's so warm and I'm so cold. Yeah. When you're a little kid and you hear somebody that just wants a jacket, you're like, I got 2 jackets, you know?
Well, and here's a story that Campbell told at the Rotary. A 17-year-old kid comes, because siblings can come. So a 17-year-old kid comes to the Walmart thing He's wearing a sweatshirt that comes up to his, like you can see his stomach, right? Didn't fit. Wearing shorts that probably 2 sizes too small, and wearing flip-flops that you get from a nail salon. That's how Campbell described this kid. Okay. Huge ASU fan. And because Walmart does what they do, he ended up buying 4 hoodies because he was never warm. So he got the other things he needed, the pants and the shoes and socks. Like everybody gets a couple packs of underwear, a couple packs of socks. But this kid was freezing. It was winter. So he actually got 4 hoodies, different sizes. So he knew as he would get older, he would constantly have something to keep him warm. Another story of what Campbell did. And again, this is a 19-year-old kid. When he started this, he was 9. A little girl never had her own underwear, like ever, because these are poverty-stricken children. These are living below. These are people that need it. They're not just, the fake homeless people.
Yeah, they don't want things. People. They have to have them.
Right. This is basic life necessities. This little girl, I think she was 6 or 7. She left with 50 pairs of underwear because she'd never had underwear on her own because it was all hand-me-down. So, Campbell's Crew cares. Go there. Just,
Well, and those are the things that people need to stop and think about, especially not just this time of year, but especially this time of year, but on a daily basis. You have to remind yourself when you're having a bad day, how bad is your day really? I lived in my car for a month. So if I'm having a bad day, I remember the nights. It's colder than you think in Arizona in the wintertime if you don't have a heater. You got to remind yourself what bad is my point,
Agreed.
I got dinner, I got lunch. I'm not freezing. It's 0 outside and I'm sitting here in a t-shirt. I guess I'm doing all right.
Fucking 0 outside. 0.
Yeah. It's going to get up to 22. It'll be like a heat wave, brother. But then back down to 0 tonight, but then up to 30 tomorrow. Mama Kay and I are going shopping, my friend.
Right. That's funny. So how easy it is to donate to Campbell Crew Cares. I just donated $25 a month. It's that easy. Why we're on the phone, why we're on the show. So it's not that hard, boys and girls, to just, be involved and help people. And it doesn't have to be $25. You can give $5. Here's the example of what they can do. Kind of like what Brian, and you're going to hear more from Brian Morris, what he does with a day of giving. Brian can get $6,000 pallet of toys for $600 because of relationships and connections he's established by doing his day of giving going on the 10th year.
Because it's going to charity. Yes.
Right. So Campbell, what his family's been able to accomplish with Walmart is what usually is a $20 t-shirt, it's on clearance, so Walmart marks it down to $5. So when we have a kid that comes in and he wants 5 t-shirts, it's 5 t-shirts for the price of 1. So that's the kind of connections they've made, and that's the kind of savings that it gets carried on to the kids. The cool thing about Campbell's thing too is the parents can't come with, because they learned the first year doing it, the parents would pressure the kids to get the most expensive thing, and then they find out it was returned. So we take the kids shopping as a volunteer. The entire garden center is reserved. Once we get to the garden center with the kids' supply, the volunteer cashiers, basically they ring it up, but they take all the tags off, bag it, and the kid goes home with all brand new stuff with no tags on, so it cannot be returned.
That's
and no
awesome.
Receipt. Yeah. So it truly makes sure that goes to the kid, and it's what the kid wants, and the kid picks it out. So it's they're doing it. It's funniest thing when we did it. We had this 5-year-old kid, totally reminded me of Little Man. And he wanted shoes to make him go faster. So every pair of shoes we put on him, he was running up and down the aisle. Like, dude, we got to make sure they fit, man. Wow, makes me fast. Make me fast. So zip, 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 And then once we got the right size shoe on him, he was really fast and he wouldn't stop running. And it's like, okay, dude, you gotta come back. Let's go. We got more stuff to buy for you. But it's neat.
But look
it's a
at
cool
how much
thing.
his life changed in that moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And the principals that are involved with it, they make sure the kids that get this, they're the ones that need it. Like they watch, they see, okay, that one's getting the free breakfast. That one's getting the free lunch. This one's wearing the same shoes every day for 4 months.
Well, that's why I always tell those stories, man. As a kid, going there with my mother was not what we wanted to do. I'm not saying like I was a saint. I bitched about it too. I don't want to go. I think my sister hated it the most, but it did leave a lasting impression on all of us. Otherwise, I wouldn't have remembered it, right?
Yep.
So I think to your point, if you've never done anything like that, my mom and my sister used, I don't know if they still do, but they would go to the Salvation Army all the time at Christmas time too. Yeah. To see that, I think sometimes you need to see it to appreciate what you really have,
Yeah, agreed.
Too many people all you got to do is look at social media, man. Too many people are like, woe is me. And you find out what their problem is and you just kind of laugh. It's like people got real problems, man.
Yeah, very real problems. And people, you don't really think about that, but they do. And a lot of people are quiet about it. A lot of people don't share their problems, openly because they feel weak because doing so. That's the thing that I shared before. And still, you never knew what struggles Steele was going through raising the family and being the patriarch and being the one that everybody depends on. He's paying the bills. He's making sure there's food on the table.
No, especially him.
Right. You don't and that's the thing. People don't realize the burden. And I'm not saying single parents. I'm just talking about a family in a whole with two parent household. It all falls on the man. It all falls on the father and the husband. He's the one that is ultimately responsible for everything. I know there's sugar mamas out there where Mr. Mom stays home and stuff. So
the majority of it, you're right.
Right.
They're looking up.
Right. So so that and being that role. It's kind of still being the role because my daughter lives on our property, love her to death, not slamming it, but it's still that extra, there's still that little extra piece of burden. Like I have to make sure.
And real quick, before we get slammed by all the women, the kids are looking at mom as mom, help me with what, as the mom, all he's saying is with the financial, make sure that we don't die protective role. If it's a true man and woman household, man and woman, whatever role they're looking up at the person that's the breadwinner in the family.
Right. Yeah. Because I've done a lot with single parent households in my career. So I believe me, I understand, when you have a single parent household, it's twice the stress. It's twice the work. It's twice the anxiety, not discounting that at all. I'm just saying that the person, it's even harder for single parent household because you have nobody to lean on. So that's a whole different story. We won't go down that way. I'm just saying, be mindful of that. Be grateful for what you have, I guess, is what we're both trying to say, because, not everybody has what we have.
Otherwise, there would be no need for Brian's charity. There would be no need for Campbell's. There would be no need for the Red Cross. There'd be no need for the Salvation Army. You can go on and on. There would be no need for all this charity. Actually, there would be no need for all this charity if humanity wasn't full of a bunch of dicks. Start with not being an asshole. Right. And, like Odell, really, dude, you blew through $100 million in 5 years. I'm glad you brought that up.
That's on you, dude. That's on you. I
can't build generational wealth on how much? 600 million, 500 million?
$100 million in 5 years. So that's not counting what he got from the Giants. He blew through that, apparently. He's trying to say that of the $100 million, which it ends up being like $14 million a year, right? Because I didn't think of it that way, but when you break it down, it's $100 million divided by 5. 10 million, what is that, 10 million? No. What's 100 million divided by 5? Why can't I do the math?
About 17, close to 20 million a year.
Yeah. So he says after taxes and shit, that's 12 million. Okay. 12 million a year. Okay.
You should be able to live off the interest of that.
But then he said, but when I had to buy my cars and my house, and I had to buy my grandma a house.
Any of that.
I know. Then I had to buy my grandma a house, and then I had to live up to the lifestyle that I made for myself. Really? Okay. And the irony of this, the day this came out was the day he was on the Manning cast, sitting with two people who collectively probably made $200-300 million from the NFL, just contractually. They're sitting on generational wealth. Why? Because they weren't stupid with their money.
Correct.
Jalen Hurts, I don't know if it's true or not, but Jalen Hurts, from what I understand, lives in a very mediocre middle class home and drives like some normal little car because he knows the NFL is not for long.
Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world, lives in the same house he bought in 1962 or whatever the fuck it was.
Right.
That's how you build generational wealth.
Right. Cam Scattaboo was getting slammed because he was wasting all his money on bling. So he finally said, look, it's all fake. I signed a $5 million rookie contract.
Yeah,
It's fake.
Who else said that recently, that all the stuff they wore on the field was all fake?
It's just costume. It's just costume jewelry. Just shut the fuck up and let them play. Leave them alone. They're not, I get the world's like, oh, idol, hero worship, that kind of that. I get that. Whatever it is what it is. But
while we're on this subject,
yeah.
Here's what I say when people say that, and you've heard me say it before.
Okay.
And I'm not going to point out anybody in general, but you'll hear people say things like, oh, that fucking guy got wear shit like that. Who the fuck do you think he is?
Right.
I'm like, he might look at you and go, why's he got to wear that stupid trucker hat?
Right.
What is he, a fucking redneck? My point is,
who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit? You wear what you want to wear. I wear what I want to wear. And why don't we have an intelligent conversation about something intelligent, right?
Yes.
Gives a fuck what I'm wearing or what my hair looks like. Or that's the reason I grew my hair long is because it bothered people. I like to do things that make people uncomfortable because I don't understand why you're so uncomfortable.
I don't either. It's insecurities. That's all it comes down to.
I understand.
You're just completely insecure about who you are and everything that, you know. So
picking on other people and the negativity towards other people's lives somehow makes you feel better, which is fascinating, but.
Yep. So, and then for us at the Chris and Mike Show, if you're feeling sorrow, sad, depressed, suicidal, don't do it. Go scream in a pillow, go journal, go run, go work out, go find somebody to talk to. If you can't find somebody to talk to, by all means, text 988. Somebody is sitting there waiting to talk to you to help talk you off the cliff, and make sure you have a much better mindset, because tomorrow is a better day with you waking up in it. Don't leave a hole in somebody's heart because you have left this planet unexpectedly. One of our friends that went to high school with, he committed suicide about a year and a week ago because Christy, one of our fellow friends, she posted a bunch of pictures of him. I wasn't sure if it was suicide or not, but apparently it is because what she referenced. So, you know, a year later, still impacting her day-to-day life because
of course it is.
He was like a lifetime friend of hers. So, you know, don't do it. Don't be that person. You'll be missed. You are loved. Mikey Castillo Day. Have a great day. We know you had to leave, but thanks for chiming in, jumping on.
Absolutely. Have a great day, brother.
Yeah. And for Chris and Mike Show, I'm Chrissy's Mike. Love you, brother.
Love you too, brother.
Have a great day.
Peace.
Peace.